Hello and welcome to another West March Guys live stream. I'm your host, and these are my lovely players, -1. All right, so silent hype. But let's get into it. We are still sponsored by McCarthy Farms and Power Up the Band. Check out any cool shit that is related to them. I hope you voted because I sure did, and I fucking love that song. So not to digress, but let's dive into where we left off with the crew of the Terror of the Deep. You guys, after having a little bit of a journey in front of you, decided that you guys were going to try and fuck with a pirate crew that had moved in to your old spot in Balsack Cove. It was littered with 3 ships, hundreds of men. When you got there, it was lush with supplies. They apparently had just ripped off some place from up north on a different continent. However, it was bountiful. So you guys teleported out, and then came back the next day to see what happened. And it had turned into a full-scale pirate Mexican standoff where they were all screaming at each other, hooting, hollering, and it was like on the cusp of a battle. And you guys decided that you wanted to just light that match and just kind of walk away. But now without having some fun first, you guys fired the first shot through some clever use with your homunculus servant, and the rest was pirate rage as it turned into a bloodbath. Fire erupted everywhere. Guys can see the smoldering embers on the map. It was pure chaos, and in that chaos, you guys were able to loot while men and women were dying left and right. You guys got, I think, 4 boxes. While Finn and Phantasma had gotten, I don't know, did you guys get any boxes? Nocton? No, sorry.
Nope.
I don't think you did.
No, we were too busy swimming.
Have fun.
Yeah.
But
Finn
you
got one,
guys,
Phantasma got 3.
yeah. So you guys got at least some spoils. You gathered your party, and before teleporting to the mountain on the left nut, you guys decided to have some fun. Finn teleported on top of a ship and then lit it on fire, exploded, it erupted into flames. Phantasma called lightning with Nocton at the same time as they were just zapping people, parts of the ship, I think Nocton, you split the mast.
Yep.
Meanwhile, notably, unfortunately, he's not with us today's session, but Magmore got a little bit of a lesson in where his power comes from when he casts Firestorm, and just set an entire ship ablaze. And right as you guys were done, you guys teleported out to your safe little cove. Phantasma cast Druid Grove and a nice lush, almost like fully, like I'd say like 3/4 closed, vine and rooting shelter erupted around from you guys, offering you all the comforts of home. And you guys drifted off into the night with the sweet sounds of explosions, cracking fire, chaos, and then eventually silence. You guys were able to get a long rest, unless you didn't want one.
No one said ever.
But you guys wake up, you see the smoldering columns of black smoke just rising from Ballsack Cove. There are roll a perception check. Everybody.
Yoink.
Julio, you got it.
Finn is still asleep.
Julia, you get up and you can see that hovering around this little encampment is a group of, there are way too many people on there right now, but there should only be 5. There's 5 like humanoid bodies that are huddled around a tree that like are kind of like around this little fire pit, and there are no other pirates left. Um, there aren't actually any more dinghies, unless you wanted to go for the ones that have been destroyed beyond repair. But like everything, like these guys packed up, got whatever was useful, and fucking left, offering you the shell of what remains. What do you guys want to do?
So, are any of the big boats like sunk in the water? Or are
Yeah,
they?
they're like I'd say all 3 of them have like partially sunk into the water,
Okay.
like mass. Like none of them have a fully intact set of mass.
Okay, cool. But there's no people. Cool. I'll just report that to everyone and be like, all right, time to go do some real looting, right?
Okay. Mm,
I
yeah.
can swim underwater, so I think we can make this happen.
Wait a minute, you said there's only 5 people left?
Yeah.
Are there
How
a bunch of
much?
dead bodies?
Yeah. Scattered
Okay.
all over, like floating in the water.
Are the 5 like specifically around each other?
Yeah, they're all kind of huddled together, like off on this far shore around this fire pit, or like next to the fire pit in the tree.
Do you think we're feeling charismatic enough to convince them to join us?
I was literally just thinking that, and here's why. Maybe they have some information that we might not have.
Seems
And
like a reasonable thing to do.
and I'm wondering if maybe I can convince them that I'm an angel who saved them from dying.
Well, what if
Then
they
that
think you're
might
just
be the
back to
tallest
terrorize them?
order of this entire journey.
What's that?
Phantasma just kind of like she ruffles her hair and she's just like, Finn, that might be the strongest ask of this entire journey. You are lovely, yes, but angelic, that might be a hard sell.
Yes, but if I descend from the heavens with my ethereal wings and
There
tell
are
them,
angels of death in religions on this plane, correct?
Absolutely, I just think
and I
we're
tell,
going to make sure we sell it good.
and okay, hold on, and Finn's gonna like reach into his like little pack and be like, I have this microphone of thaumaturgy.
Okay.
I can descend from the heavens and just say unto them, you have been protected from certain death. Your mission is clear that you are not to work for Thaddeus Decatur. And in fact, you are supposed to end him.
All right. Can we get some lights to go with that?
I don't know. Can anybody give me light?
I can
Um,
manage some pyrotechnics.
Oh, can we lightning? Can there be lightning around me?
that I can do. I do love that spell.
I will bang on sheet metal to make it sound like thunder.
Yes. What like the big warbly sound?
I mean, I do like the idea of creating physical noise. However, I could just cast Thunder Wave. That could also be effective.
All right. No, I like this plan. Because
That doesn't sound realistic.
so then
We gotta
Finn,
use the sheet metal.
so then Finn, what happens next? Do then like we walk up and are like, hey, we came with that guy, or like how does the recruiting process happen after that?
Well,
You
You
could
know
tell
what?
them to search nearby for other survivors.
Can you? Oh shit! Can I look like someone else? Do any of you have something that can make me look like someone else?
I believe Phantasma can prepare it because she's not the greatest morning person, so she's still waking up. Um, no, I can only pretty much do animal shapes. I don't think
Mm.
see me. See me seems like it's probably only a wizard spell.
yeah, I'm pretty sure. Wizard and
I only
sorcerer.
have alter self, which is not the same as
Anybody have a cloak? I can just come down with a cloak.
I could
I have a cloak of the manta ray. You could come up from the water.
Oh my gosh.
and you could be the king, you could be like, I serve Poseidon and I have saved you. You must save us from this Thaddeus who ruins the sea. Something like that.
Yes.
Because that's
will-
cool.
I will rise slowly from the water and wings spread, and I will shoot straight for them, and I will stop directly in front of them with my hood over my face, and I'll be like, Thaddeus Decatur ruins the sea. You are here for a reason. You have lived for a reason.
That is more ominous. Maybe scare them into it.
I'm going to take off my cloak and hand it to you.
Yeah, I like this. Let's try it.
Finn puts it on. He's like, what's this do for me? This is like
It
a
allows
magic
you
one,
to
right?
swim 60 feet around
Ooh.
underwater and breathe underwater.
You're fast.
Double my speed. All right. All right.
You
Hold on.
need,
And
okay,
I'm
if you're
gonna
going to
cast
go into
enhance.
Poseidon, then you need a trident. Like you need to be wielding some trident thing, yeah.
This can be arranged.
Yeah. Does anybody have one of those?
I
Here,
mean,
so
I
not
can
the
certainly fabricate one.
not the you quickly fabricate one, and then I'm going to druid craft a bunch of like barnacles and like coral on it to make it look all sea-like.
Excellent. I'm also gonna cast enhance ability and give him advantage on all of his charisma checks.
Wow. Then your hair looks better.
Hmm?
It just looks better for some reason.
I walk up to you and my
Interesting.
gauntlets start like glowing a little bit. I just like touch Ferris points and all of a sudden like everything about you is less disheveled and slightly more polished.
Well, that's all well and good. I'm still gonna wear the hood though because I don't want them to see me. Because if we run into these people, I don't want them to be like, "Oh, it's that guy."
Understandable.
What if we could do like a blinding flash of light? So it's like right behind you, and it's like your shadow. Maybe I'm just going to aim for the lightning there. So like I'm gonna put the lightning behind you, so it's like backlit.
Do
I can
lightning?
cast fairy fire.
Okay.
Do lightning, and at the same time, I will teleport to the exact spot of the lightning. So it looks like I came down from the
Oh.
lightning.
Yes. Okay. We're gonna roll timing, but I love that. All right, so we just need to get down here. Wait, can we teleport? Shit. What do we do with these boxes?
Oh,
I'll leave them here. We'll come back.
well,
Okay.
shit. Oh, this whole plan's ruined.
Yeah, no.
I think we could come back for them. Yes.
Yeah,
No, absolutely not. That's out of the question.
you gotta bring it. No, Sheila, you gotta bring it with you.
Could you just do the circle thing and we push him through? No?
Wait, there's a druid grove. Can't we move them through the? Oh no, it was the ship, the tree on the ship that I destroyed. My bad.
Why would you bring up such a sore subject that you yourself are responsible for?
It was brought about by a innate misunderstanding of why there was a tree on a boat.
It's okay. You're just going to put another one on there.
Oh, how about this? Why don't we leave them near a tree here, and then when we need them, we can just come back through the tree to get them.
Aha, that is a good idea. I'm going to go find a tree really quick. She takes a tinkle, and then she goes find a tree, and she's like, "Ah, I found one!" And she rips off a little branch of it, puts it in one of her many little like side pockets.
Yeah, right. I mean, why don't we just like keep stores of shit in random spots with trees, like
I mean,
that
as
nobody's
long
ever
as-
gonna look for?
Right? Yeah.
Phantasma, did you just take a branch from the tree you tinkled on?
Yeah. How else was I going to mark it?
It's a circle of life, baby.
Yeah.
I
This
just
was right there. Are you really? What?
baby girl, just making sure what I saw.
Don't worry. I'm as fresh as a pint down there.
I'm good. I'll just make sure not to shake that hand again.
All right, can we like brainstorm what exactly I'm telling these people, because I have like a kind of a vague idea, and
No, you're
I-
really good with words. So
I don't want to come to them with a vague idea. I want to have like a, something planned specific.
Okay, so it should go like who you are, like eyes, like
Well, yeah,
I.
yeah, 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 yeah. But what's our
And
goals?
You
What's
should
our goals?
say you should say there exists others who seek this same thing.
Seek allies against
Yeah.
Thaddeus.
As a show of good faith, the sea has saved you from certain destruction. Everyone who left by boat has died.
I can't wait for this. Okay.
Only you remain, and your new purpose in life is to destroy Thaddeus Decatur from the inside. There are many who will help you on this quest. And then just
I'm into it. So that sounds good to me.
all right,
It-
cool.
As critiques, I don't
Sounds excellent.
losing my voice as we speak.
We should like actually like walk down there though, because like
Yeah, that's a long distance.
yeah, I don't want to
For a
like
hike.
I don't want to like burn all my shit right now.
Yeah, well, actually, you guys go take a hike. I'm going to go take a look around and see if there's any good shit around in these buildings that aren't burned to the ground. Okay? I will
Yeah.
meet you right down at that dock.
Excellent.
Dog.
You guys got it?
Bye.
Be safe. Be square. So she just disappears into the sky. It's gorgeous out. If you remember last night, it was raining. It was terrible. But now it is bright. The sun is shining. There's not a cloud in the sky.
To the water.
This is
And
This
so you
is
guys,
so perfect that there's not a cloud in the sky, because when the lightning strikes, it's going to be like, oh my god,
yeah,
literally.
yeah. All right. So your walk down is fantastic, except for you run into a herd of 20 owl bearers.
All right.
But
Typical.
Don't
but
get me-
they exist way down on the far side. But you guys can easily avoid them. Just know that they exist on the other side of the mountain. And you guys walk down to see see the like the flames starting to like basically become embers. The smoke is starting to die down a little bit. Most of these buildings I have completely burnt over. Everything within their walls has been completely burnt to ash. There are scores of dead bodies everywhere, just littered on the ground with either like stab wounds, cannonball wounds, being burned alive. There's a couple decapitated people. Like it's a mess down there. So you guys get down to like right about here.
Is every single building destroyed?
No,
Okay.
I have placed fires on the buildings.
Are destroyed.
Yeah, so it's basically these two right here.
I didn't know if that was specific or not, but okay, perfect.
They lit the fires at like as they were running.
So,
But these two buildings are seemingly untouched, and Phantasma is perched right on one of these roofs over here. And then she's going to fly down, and then right onto Sheila's trap, and then like poke her in the side of the head, and then like she's going to like point her wings at this big one over here. So you guys walk over. It's not hard. The door is basically like kind of like
I'm gonna try and just peek in and see if I see any like anyone that might be alive that I didn't see before because they were in a building?
Roll a perception check,
Okay.
man.
Hey,
Yeah, there is no. I mean, any body that you see is a lifeless corpse.
solid, solid.
As you take a look around, you do see that like almost completely covered by a big green tarp. It hangs like a big 5x5 box. Completely unmoved, it's untouched. It's got the seal still on it. But that's the only thing of value you see in here.
Are there any like crowbars on any of the dead bodies or laying around?
You can with that perception check, there's definitely a few of these guys that were trying to like pry open shit and then ended up getting a fight and then their head smashed in.
Solid. I'm gonna take
So
one.
yeah, you can
So,
you can pick up not the biggest crowbar. You can find a nice little small one for you, but
Perfect.
it still works perfectly. I'd
And
say you saunter on over to the box.
yeah, I want to crack it open, see what's in it.
All right, roll D100.
Oh shit! Wow, the numbers have changed.
Yeah.
Of course.
Using a random D100 table, obviously. Pretty. So you find this box is full of black powder, ammunition, the sort of raw materials to make ammunition, and then 11 flintlock pistols.
Nice.
So looks like this wasn't valuable enough to take with you, but this is, I'd say, let's do this. It's 6 pounds of raw metal to make bullets. 9 pound a nine let's see if you get good odds. No. So it's a 9 pound barrel, that's a pony barrel of black powder. And then the rest of it is the stuff I said.
Solid.
Yeah. So, what'd you guys like to do? You're kind of just hanging out there.
Go scare some fucking pirates.
All right,
Yeah,
so
shall we do the thing?
Yeah, Phantasma will anamorph herself out into her normal self, and will start to walk towards the docks. And she looks over, and you can still see those guys are kind of just like putzing around that like one palm tree that's sticking up on the shore. So they haven't moved. All right, Finn. I guess we should just probably try and get close enough. I'll go over to that like pier, and then you can arise from the water over there, right? Or teleport, right?
Yeah, I'm just actually, yeah. So lightning, and then I'll rise from the spot where the lightning hit
In the water.
from the water.
Okay, cool. Perfect. So I'm ready when you guys are.
And
Nocton.
Finn puts on
I'm ready.
the cloak and gets his microphone ready, and is actually gonna I have this gold necklace with like a ruby on it.
Okay.
I'm gonna give it to one of them and tell them they need to wear it as a sign of their
Okay.
loyalty, so that if we ever run into them again and they are wearing it, we know.
Okay. All right, I'm down.
Excellent plan.
Because this is worth
Yeah,
nothing.
we'll
Like,
place it- smooth it
this is
over.
worth nothing to me. I don't care about this.
Is it worth something in general? Because maybe
I'll
we
just-
don't want it to be something that could be stolen.
It's worth 23 gold, apparently.
I'm sure that's fine. I have no concept of money.
It's big same.
Heavy and exo-wear. All right. So Finn, On your mark, let's go. And she just kind of like dives into the water to let you follow her. Phantasma. The rest of you, what are you doing? As they kind of just disappear off and to go do their thing.
So is Phantasma is the one who's doing the call lightning then?
Yeah.
Okay.
Probably stay out of the way myself, to be honest.
Yeah, I'm gonna basically just stay underwater nearby in that reef, probably around here.
Does anybody have the blur spell? That would add so much sickness to this.
I have blur, you say?
Yeah.
What does that do?
You ever see somebody use the blur spell? They just like suddenly they're just blurry and you can't see them. It's like the bodies are just vibrating so fast that it like you can almost see through them.
I do not.
I think I had one of my there was one of my crewmen on another ship that could do that, but I cannot.
Yeah, it's fair. All right.
All right, we ready?
Yeah.
All right, so Phantasma starts to cast her spell, and you watch these small little clouds start to just form overhead, probably about 20, 30 feet overhead. You see a little tiny, and then one giant right here as a giant column of light shoots the water and electrifies the area around it. Finn.
All right. Finn's gonna just use the cloak of the manta ray to like rise up out of the water.
Okay. So roll me a performance check.
And I have advantage on this, right?
Mm-hmm.
19.
Okay, good. So, if any of you guys saw that that little natural one I rolled before all of this, I rolled for their intelligence. So they'd be rolling with a -5.
That's what I was hoping.
Cool. So they kind of like all are startled by this like the like immediate sound and explosion that happens in front of them. A lot of them like get up and they're like kind of at the ready. They are poorly armed. We're talking maybe 3 daggers and a scimitar between like all 5 of them. Like the other guy's just like sitting there like this as Finn, you rise up out of the water and they all start to just like gasp in awe as like start to rise higher and higher.
As Finn like breaches like the water, his wings are gonna come out, and he's gonna like hover like 5 feet above the water, like with the hood like over his head.
Oh, what's that? What is that? No, holy shit!
Fear not. The ocean has saved you. What's that?
They all start to look. Sorry, I'm interrupting. They're just like they start to look confused.
Every ship that has left this cove has sunk into the bottom of the sea.
He's right. He's right.
You have been chosen for the sole purpose of protecting the sea. Your
Awesome.
job is to help in taking down Thaddeus Decatur from the inside as a member of his crew. Thaddeus Decatur has ruined the seas everywhere he has gone, everywhere his crew has gone. It is now up to you. In exchange, when you die, you will live in paradise beneath the sea.
Okay. So at first they're confused, and then like you start to say that they're the chosen one, and then bring up Thaddeus Decatur. They all kind of like shudder a little bit and like nervously like back and forth look at each other, and then like as you say like they've been chosen, like they start to like And one of them turns and goes, "Yo, he's the one who saved me last night. I told you. I saw a bright flash of light. It was him. It was you. It was yes, yes, of course. Thaddeus is a powerful man, though."
Finn's gonna reach up and grab the necklace with the ruby in it, and he's gonna like fly close to them and be like, with his hood all the way down, he's gonna be like, "This is a token. You will be protected so
As-
long as you wear this and stay loyal to the sea."
Roll a deception check.
28.
You fully have these guys convinced that you are an avatar for Poseidon. It's like they have to be, and they almost grovel at your feet a little bit. And as the one rises, he goes, "I will take on this." And he walks forward and he takes the necklace from your hands and he drapes it over his neck and he puts it underneath like this ratty fucking tank top that's like been sun stained for years. And he's like, and then he like thinks like, and then he goes down to one knee, holds the necklace and goes, "I swear my allegiance to you, Poseidon."
There will be
And-
people who will
And then
try to kill
everybody
you.
else, and everybody else kind of and then they all just take a knee as they like hold their fist to their chests and then put their head down.
You must do everything you can not to be caught and not to be killed. There will be people who will ally with you. There is a resistance against him.
We will find this resistance.
You will find them and you will win.
And then you hear them all almost like, because they're just so hive-minded at this point, you just hear, "We will find them and we will win." And then and then he just starts to like look up. He like starts to turn his head and look up right at you.
Like as soon as they like almost make eye contact, may all the glory of the sea be with you. And then he's gonna Finn's gonna lightning step back into the water, like to the bottom of the
Okay, are you gonna
cove.
do it like where it hurts him? Like
No, like far enough away where I'm not gonna hurt him, just like a big show.
Okay, all right. And they just like are left there gasping and like still like kneeing down as they as you like lightning step away. Phantasma just looks like she throws like 3 more, and as like the sound echoes across the landscape, the clouds start to disperse and Phantasma releases her spell. And Finn, you just sink into the water however far away you'd like to be. And I'd say you definitely are with earshot if you're gonna, "Dude, what was, are you serious? Oh, how are we gonna get out of here, man? There's no ships." But they start to like huddle together and like, "No, we can figure this out." Like you have given the guy who has the necklace like this new lot on life, and he's like got like these firm hands on both like the traps of the guy's knife. He's like, "Guys, we've got this. Like as long as we like can stay together, we can figure it out. We're fucking smart. That guy he wouldn't have saved us for a reason. Come on, we can together. Maybe there's someone on the other side." So they like start to like huddle together and they like pack up their things and like start to like just trudge off towards where the shore is to the actual ocean. It's got like we're talking hundreds of feet away. But as they start to disappear off like over a hill and into the landscape, Phantasma starts to return back to the rest of the party. And Finn,
Yeah.
where are you?
Finn will pop back up with her.
Okay.
And he's gonna take off the cloak and like hand it back to Nocton and be like, "That was cool.
What?
Was that evil? I don't know if that was bad. I'm sorry. That was kind of morally gray.
I would not interpret that as evil.
I feel a little bad about it, but I didn't kill
They
him."
seemed very uplifted.
Did all of us in the background catch all of that happened?
It depends. Did you guys want to get close enough to where you could hear it? Like I left you guys at this shore.
I mean, Finn was speaking with thaumaturgy, so I don't know how
Oh yeah,
far
so
that
you
carries.
definitely would have heard that boom.
Yeah, I just meant like all the guys reacting and shit.
I don't know if you would have heard that.
I mean, I was over in
Okay.
the corals, so I probably.
Yeah, Nocton,
true.
you would have heard it if you were in the coral.
So I would be happy to inform you of their reactions.
Man,
Yeah, they seem to really bite it.
Oh God, I really was a bit morally gray, but I didn't kill them, so I think it's okay.
I think. Well,
It's.
you might.
I mean,
got to
I,
know.
t- I turned
it's how,
bad guys good, so that's it's a net good.
That
I.
does
it's how
not
every
seem gray at
religious
all.
leader starts.
Finn, wait a minute. What if they actually try this, get captured, and then one of them flips? I guess you would say he's just an angel.
Flips?
Did a angel of Poseidon told him
Yeah,
to
that's
do
right.
it?
No, we have to cover
It
the-
seems more likely that they will not be
because they
believed.
didn't see your face. No, I'm thinking that they saw us, or they at least saw you.
Here is hoping that they
Sorry, I'm just being way paranoid.
do
Yeah,
not
I don't.
simply get killed.
I truly don't think any of them were smart enough to catch a glimpse of
Well, no,
my stylish footwear.
sorry. What I meant is like you said like there is a resistance against Thaddeus. What if they tell him that? That I mean,
I mean, he already knows
probably
that.
yeah, he probably already assumes that.
Yeah,
Okay,
he's
no,
been
we're okay.
tracking us for a while, right? Trying to fuck us up.
Well, yeah, I mean, he was tracking us, but like we were trying to not be a resist. Like, I don't think that he knew that we were a thing. The resistance until I mean, because like he thinks I'm dead still.
That's fair.
Well, we got 5 more for the cause, so whatever.
No, don't worry. I'm thinking too much. I'm worried.
I think they're more likely to die than be questioned, because I mean, look at them.
That's true. That all right. Fair enough. Well, we did what little we could.
And anyway, now the cove is ours again.
Hey, it really needs to get cleaned up. But like having like a little like a few shipwrecks that kind of adds like a cool ambiance.
Yeah, sure. Okay. Yeah, we can use parts of these to probably fix other parts of other ships.
Yeah, there's plenty of. I mean, there's got to be supplies somewhere on them, right? Or at least the pieces.
Should we like check for? Yeah, we should probably check for supplies on these wrecked shit. I mean, they probably looted everything when they left.
You could check.
I'd like to search through some of the boats that are half sunken.
Okay, so
Oh.
can I get another D100 rolls?
Can I
From
fan
anyone?
out to all the other buildings, see if any are like weren't fully consumed? Or
Yeah, I
any
think
that- yeah.
Finn's gonna swim around on the bottom to see if anybody dropped anything.
Okay, so D100. So Nocton, you get wherever my fucking mouse went. What was it? The 57. Okay, you have to roll again because like you're not gonna find it at the bottom of the water. Please, sorry, because you rolled. Okay, you rolled tattered, malnourished cat.
Oh wow. Okay. Yeah, not that.
Well, the way it's
I just
worded,
find a dead cat in the
no,
in the
it's not
bottom
a
of the
dead-
boat.
It's not a dead cat. It's a still partially alive one.
Well,
No, but it would be dead now.
It's just little bite.
No, the way
Like-
that it's worded is the cat has to be alive.
Oh my god.
So I'm
I
gonna
mean,
say
it could
that-
be inside of
Yeah,
like an
okay.
unflooded
Oh,
chamber.
like it's like in a little.
on an air bubble. Yes. So
That would
Nocton,
explain the tattered.
yeah. So you're like just like kind of swimming around, and all of a sudden, like you see that there's like a little like section where you could enter the ship. You pop your head open, but it looks like the deck had collapsed into it, kind of just making a little area, but it's still a full pocket. And you just hear and there's this like fucking disgusting white, like not white. Well, yeah, let's call it. It's a white cat. Like it's like full. It's soaked to the bone. It's got these bright, like green eyes,
Yeah, yeah.
with, like this little pink nose, and he's just like.
I'm gonna pull off my cloak of the manta ray and wrap it in him. Wrap
Okay.
him in it.
Are you doing it to try and like, like, are you trying to roll an animal handling check, or are you doing this like nicely, or are you doing this forcibly?
I mean, I'm doing it forcibly in the sense that I want to
Okay, so just roll.
basically put the cloak onto the cat so I can save it.
Okay, all right. So let's just roll an athletics check to see if you can catch this wily cat.
I mean, it doesn't have many places to go, I'm assuming.
No, but it's just gonna happen.
Yep.
Oh my god. All right, so you try to like wrap it up and it just slips out, and then it runs up and it's gonna roll an attack and try and bite you on the neck.
Okay.
13 does not hit. So it just leaves these like little gashes on your neck. We're technically in initiative.
So I can try again.
Yeah, you can try again.
Okay. 19.
All right. 18. You just like it's still connected to your neck, and
I'm
you're
like,
like you just like grab it and just like pull it. Your skin just like snaps off with its claws. Not off, but like snaps back from your like its claws, and you can like just kind of like get it and then wrap it quickly so it's nice cat burrito. You now have one wet malnourished cat.
excellent.
Um,
I'm going to swim back to the surface.
Okay, all right. So as
Carrying
you're
this cat.
swimming, it's just going. It's like fighting for its life because it's underwater now.
It doesn't understand that it can breathe.
It can't breathe. So you
Well,
finally
it can.
get it.
The cloak of the manta ray lets it breathe.
Do you have
That's
to
why I
attune
wrapped
to
it. What?
You have to attune to the manta ray cloak.
Oh, great question. So let's find out. Hold on.
I didn't know you were trying to let it breathe. I thought you were just trying to like make sure.
No, I was trying to give it like I was trying to help it so that I could save it. But let's see.
I can't wait, guys. I found a cat.
Nope. No attunement required.
Okay, all right. So I'll say that you were like able to like you wrap it up really quickly, and then like there's a little collar, and then you kind of like double wrap the collar around the cat's neck, and you hear and then it just like keeps kicking every once in a while until like you finally like can like get out of the water, and then like it just starts shaking again. And, like with every step, it just like it's like holding a just nothing better than holding an angry cat.
Literally, the only reason that I'm like able to continue swimming is because I'm like partially amphibious.
Yeah.
If there was an animal struggling against me this hard, were I not, I don't think it would have gone nearly as well.
Yeah, but you get out and you now have cat.
Excellent.
Finn, can you roll me a D100?
You get you rolled 50. Right? You rolled already.
Oh yeah,
Finn.
sorry, you already did. Yeah, 50.
Or 70. Oh wait.
I rolled a 73. I thought you were telling me to reroll.
Oh no, sorry. I already have yours if you actually did.
You get a malnourished.
Founder's crocodile.
I'm also swimming around the bottom of the.
You find a like half cracked barrel of 71 arrows. They're nice though.
Like
But-
in the water.
Yeah, just like
Sick.
like floating there at the bottom. You look at it and you're like, hey, arrows. Julia uses those, and you can swim down and you now have them. So, Julia, if you weren't worried before, now you definitely aren't. But you now have there's now just a giant barrel of arrows.
Yeah, I think Finn's gonna like it's in the water, so like he's able to like get it up just a little bit. And he's
Yeah.
gonna dimension door to the surface. And then just drop it.
Sheila wants to rake the shoreline for anything.
Okay,
What can I roll for that shit?
a D100, please.
All right. She's a beachcomber.
I don't think you understand what having a cat now means for my steel defender.
I got a 3.
Okay, so I just got this idea. Hold on. Okay, how many cards are you? you're gonna find a very ornate sort of playing card. But we're gonna do a roll to see which card it is because it's one of the cards out of the deck of many things.
Oh my god.
So
Oh
Oh
shit.
god.
I thought about it. I was like, I want this so badly. So like you see this like gold sort of like corner, and you go over and you like dust the sand away, and it's almost like it's thick, it's embossed, it's got this like gorgeous ornate sort of golden weaved pattern that goes along the edges. And as you turn
Can
it
some
over,
can some mystical Middle Eastern music be playing as it like calls to me?
yeah, okay. 22.
It's the theme that plays every time Wonder Woman comes on screen in
Yeah,
Justice League.
yeah, there it is.
Okay. You find
2 3s in a row. Wow, 2 3s.
it's fate. So you find the queen of
On a D22, no less.
yeah. You find the queen of diamonds, the moon, which
Was born on a full moon.
Now, does that mean that something happens when
my god.
I was gonna
when
say,
she picks it up?
yeah, that would
Dude,
be technically how it'd have to play out, because usually it's when you pull it from the deck, so. Right? I don't know.
Hold on. This is tough, guys, because this card is game breaking.
You put a card from the deck of many things in the
I know, I
game.
took the chance. I
It's
took
your
the chance.
fault, AJ.
I took the chance. So I'm gonna put a penalty on it, but
What?
well, there's gonna be like a risk factor to it. So
Just break the game. It's fine.
no, because with a wish spell, that's very strong. So you find the moon card with it has a
Oh my.
it's crazy. Did he roll? I rolled a 3. So there is there's a pattern of a moon on this card, and it looks like on the full moon there is this sort of almost like black like spot that is like starting to grow like tendrils on the center point of that moon.
I'm just looking at this card, just completely enchanted, not understanding what's happening. But
Definitely
just,
magical.
I
It's
just-
almost humming as you pick it up.
I don't even know I can't even tell what's going on outside of this card right now. I'm so enchanted by it. Something is just all up on it. I'm just gonna look at it and just look around me and then just put it in my back folding.
Okay. So I haven't figured out exactly the penalty, but I'm playing with the idea that this allows you to cast the wish spell, but you end up dying permanently. It's a tainted card. So you get the wish spell, but your character will die and you will be beyond resurrection.
But
You get a wish. You cannot wish to
all
you-
3?
There's only one on this.
Okay.
Aw.
Guys, I'm only gonna let you possibly break the game once.
Come on.
I mean, there's so many storylines in this game. It doesn't matter. I'm just
Well,
kidding.
Yeah.
I'm
Who
just
cares if we
messing-
stop one of them?
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was thinking. Like this has the ability to basically like stop
fine.
one, maybe if you
fine.
were right.
Yeah.
But
It just means we'd be able to
really-
move on to the next one.
You now have a tainted Queen of Diamonds card.
Sheila does.
Sheila, sorry.
And only Sheila can use it, correct?
I hold on. I believe. Let me hold.
It's whoever draws it. It just says you are. So I'm assuming whoever draws it.
Hold on. I need to read the balance. Okay, so
This
yeah.
is your idea.
No, I'm reading. Calm down. So yes, I would say that this is specific to Sheila.
So, okay, we should stop talking about it. And then later, when Sheila just randomly says, I wish something, it's gonna be
Just
crazy.
goes off.
She has she has to be touching the card and like hold it up to like to do the thing.
It's gonna be Yu-Gi-Oh as fuck when it happens though.
Okay. Anyways, now that you have that, Julia, did you were looking again for another like into one of the other buildings?
I was going through any of the other buildings trying to see if anything, like if any of them maybe were half burnt or not totally consumed in fire or anything like that.
Just roll an investigation check.
Boop. Wow.
No.
Solid. Yep, that solves that problem.
Yeah, well, yeah, after that last pickup, yeah, nothing. Sorry. Everything's been looted, destroyed, burned, or it's gone.
Solid.
But now that you guys can reconvene back in, I'd say probably like right around this little fire pit where Phantasma's kind of hanging out, just kind of like sunning her face. So anybody find anything cool?
I need you to calm an animal.
What the fuck?
That's, oh my God, what did you find? Oh God, Jesus Christ. Come here. She's going to roll. Nice. Nice. So
I found it underwater and I could not let it die there.
Oh, well, that's the kind that you're surprising me. Thank you. And she takes this cat. She kind of goes, "Oh, you're fine, aren't you?" And the cat like immediately calms down and is just kind of like sitting there, long cat. And she's like, "Oh, you're too cute." And then she like takes it, put it on her shoulder. She's like, "You're gonna be okay." And then she will.
I'm gonna pull out some ration bar or something. And attempt to
Yeah,
feed it.
somebody, please. He needs to eat. As you take it, he'll take it and like sniff it, and she eventually gets him to like take a nibble, and then he like will gulp it down, and like you go to bring another one, he like takes his hand out and he's already fresh with you, so he brings your hand right to his mouth as he noms on the second one, like clearly hasn't eaten in a while. And then the cat calms down.
I didn't realize everyone got to have a pet. That's fine.
Well, I mean, I can't believe this little guy was on that ship. Jesus. She's
Yeah,
like
that's cool.
basically
It's no pseudo dragon, but that's fine.
Whoa, nothing. Sorry, Finn. Calm it down. It's just a cat.
Yeah, okay. What's the cat's name?
Oh, I don't know. Nothing. You found it. What is its name? It doesn't have a color.
My
How about-
initial thought might be,
Do not
A
give it
number.
a number.
however, that is not fair as it is a living being.
Is it cute little? It's so cute. Come on, why you couldn't give this thing a number?
How about 0?
Although I do thoroughly enjoy that concept, I do not think 0 suggests the amount of spirit this animal shows.
Okay.
I will call him Hades.
Spirit.
Haze?
Hades.
80s. All right, well that's better than 0, I think.
That's fucking ominous. That's cool.
Right.
Alright.
I believe that is a god in the pantheon of Poseidon, correct?
Yeah, it's the same one, yeah. That fits. Haze. All right. So anybody else? That's a nice barrel you got there, Finn.
Oh,
I will
yeah,
have to
you
craft him
guys.
some armor.
I literally got the best find of the day.
That's-
Check this out, Julia. For you, this is like perfect for you.
Oh shit. Oh, that's gonna save this a lot of effort.
They're a little wet, so maybe you want to dry them off first
Yeah, I mean,
because they'll be
yeah.
really fucking heavy otherwise. But
They don't really fly well wet either.
yeah,
All right. So you guys gather your things, and you guys gotta go pick up those boxes. Yeah.
Yeah, drag them all back
Oh,
to
yeah.
the spot.
You gotta
What
go
about
hike
the
back up
boxes?
there.
I mean, do we have to hike back up there? Because we're like, can't we do the tree thing?
Yeah, I guess this one is big enough. Hold on. She pulls out the twig, she rubs it between her hands, and she opens a nice large portal enough for Sheila to even get through. I mean, she'll have to go sideways. It's a palm tree, but she can make it through as you guys bloop, 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 pop back out, right up over here into y'all's left nut grove. Magmore still asleep on the boxes. Because you left him here, because he was here the whole time. So,
Good thing
Now that
he
you're
was
there.
guarding them.
yeah, it was totally guarded. Totally got those guarded boxes.
Hey, guess what? I was a god. You missed it.
Is that what that loud? Something woke me up, and then I mean something. Yeah, no, I definitely heard that.
Yes, that's what woke you up. Oh my god, you miss everything.
I was watching the boxes for you guys.
Knocked on has a cat.
I see that. Where's what
Its name is Hades.
is it me?
Yep.
He continues to put his hand closer to the head. Phantasma still has it on her shoulder, and he just starts like he bats Magmore's hand away, and he's just like, "Fuck you, cat."
He will
and just-
keep the rats off of the terror of the deep.
You mean to tell me that a rat could sneak onto the Terror of the Deep? Did you not build it correctly?
Assuming that we remain in port at any one point, there is a possibility, but it is highly unlikely there are any rats living aboard it at the moment.
Well, either way, Hades, we'll find them.
You know, teleport spells are not perfectly impervious to rodents.
So just make sure none are running around.
Does that imply that viruses could also be teleported?
I mean,
If it's on the box.
you know what? I should start like specifically thinking not to teleport any viruses or rodents.
Yeah,
This opens a whole new realm of
Because
biological warfare.
usually I'm just like, I'll like do it, and I'm like, not them, and then we just go.
That sounds like an excellent plan. Pirates are notoriously dirty.
that is true. They are usually very, very disgusting.
What if we just infested a ship with rats and disappeared? That would be so cool.
In my research, I did hear of a set of pipes that will simply summon all the rats in the area to the player.
Well, would that be a good idea to do that on a boat?
Unlikely.
Yeah.
Well,
That-
no.
The
No, so-
planning would work though, if like you did it on the dock.
So we do it on the land, and then I teleport all of them onto a ship.
Yeah. And what do we
And
call
then-
it? The rat
and then I-
surprise?
Yeah. Rat surprise. That's so stupid.
What?
It's like Boom and Zoom, except rat surprise.
It's like fucking sand. It describes exactly what you're getting. So, as you guys conversate about rat surprise, Finn, you're teleporting out.
Yes.
Okay. You guys are able to teleport yourselves out of Ballsack Cove and then right back on to the ship. You guys are cruising, just with like your like the top of your boat, still kind of just hanging out right above the water. It's after all of that, shenanigans, I'd say it's probably about noon. And you guys arrive. Finn is paralyzed in laughter. Heavy Neck just as he like walks down, you can feel the ship start to like slow down. He goes, "Oh Jesus Christ! I was waiting for you to guys get back. What was the? Oh, hello. Please tell me you got more booze. Don't worry, I didn't drink all of it, but we might need
We
more."
found a cat.
And you brought it on the ship? We just
Well, of
got rid of the
course.
other ones.
What do you mean got rid of them?
Do you see the shenanigan filled felines running around causing all sorts of chaos?
This is just one feline, and he can be friends with 17. And
That's
17
fine.
walks in, and the cat immediately is just gone. Absolutely terrified.
The second the oh wait, no, what is it now? A centipede?
It's a giant centipede
Yeah. Oh, it's so unsettling, Nocturne.
with a saddle on the back of it. So don't forget.
Well, you should probably get like a little kitty stand too, so it can ride it. Teach it to ride the saddle.
There's just like a cat bed that's attached to it.
I just want to
It's
see
like
the cat inside it running the controls.
It's
Hey,
like
when
wreaking havoc while the cat
17
is
is
just asleep in the
rebuilt,
bed.
there will be modifications made.
All right. Well, anyways, as long as it catches rats, it just doesn't do what the other ones did, I'm fucking fine. Shit, we got here, guys.
Hey, it's been a full day. Do we need to recharge the engine?
I'd probably say you got maybe like a few hours left, but yeah, because you guys are running on empty right now.
If I put an 8th level into it, how long would that last us?
2 days, you said. Or almost 2 days, because you said five spell levels a day.
Yeah. So that would, if you put a level 8 spell into it, that would be like a day and a half.
All right.
And you guys are about 4 days out.
All right. Let's see if this makes a difference.
You just hear the thrum just sort of like start coursing through the engine and then back up.
Yeah, dude, the light grows bright and then immediately disappears back into the engine, and you can hear the hum start to like just as it happily continues to chug along. Well, all right, so we got fuel. It's gonna be about 4 days. Hope you guys had fun. Sheila, you better tell me all about this nonsense. I gotta get back up so we can drive the ship. Because I don't trust Tomlin with it, by the way, on the down low. He's not good at driving this thing. So it's gonna take a little bit.
I'm pretty sure I could absolutely hear that.
Yeah, you could absolutely hear that. And Heavy Nick just kind of like says that and just kind of like saunters back up to the stairs and heads up to the helm. Tolan, what are you doing? Stop fiddling with shit.
I'm gonna be like slightly concerned, but
It's fine. So you guys now have 4 days of travel. What would you guys like to do while you travel?
I'm gonna dump all of my spell slots into the boat before bed one night.
Just fucking load up the tank.
Yeah.
How many spell levels are you doing?
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16.
So 3 days. I'll give you that on top of Finn's extra couple days, like a couple of like hours in the other day. That tops it completely off onto your week's worth of supplies. So you guys actually have a full 5 days.
and you said it would take 4 days to get where we're going.
Yeah. So you guys
Okay,
have a little
so-
bit of extra fuel.
As a note, I would likely ensure that once we get to our destination, it is fueled up for an additional few days after that.
Okay. All right. So like when you guys actually get the drop site around Birds of Paradise, you want to just hit it with another refuel.
So that basically to prepare it for a rapid exit if necessary.
Perfect.
What did you say it could hold, like, in the queue, I guess?
Let me see if I have
It has
wrote down.
5 days worth in the tank.
Of storage space?
Yeah.
Okay, alright.
I wrote 7 days total.
Oh,
but-
sorry, I said
yeah,
week.
Week.
It's 7.
Yeah, 7 days, and then 5 spell levels of magic to get 1 day.
Yeah. So then technically you don't have a full week. Then you have just 5 days.
Right.
Cool. All right, perfect. So you guys, do you guys want any teleportation? You guys got 4 days to do stuff. You guys also can this with the amount of sea travel that has happened between you guys going to Laradis's and then coming back here. By the end of this, you guys will have a week's worth of downtime that you could work on. So keep that in mind with what you're doing in the downtime of all this. But Sheila, are you doing anything?
Right now, I'm just gonna be just hanging out right now. I'm doing anything. I'm gonna be looking at that card, thinking about it.
Okay.
So
are you like, do you have it out in the open so other people can see it, or are you huddled around like Schmiegel?
Yeah, it's just like in my bag of holding, and I just keep touching it with my fingers, like slowly caressing it in a circle like this.
Okay, cool.
Like a real like it's someone that's real weird right now.
All right. That's amazing.
Scared.
It's been like a minute too, so her hair's been disheveled. She hasn't really taken care of herself as much.
You look like garbage. Like on the third or fourth, on like the third day of travel, it's like, what? Have you been sleeping?
Yeah, but you smell like garbage half the time, Heavy Neck.
I don't care. You don't. That's the point I'm trying to make. What's up with you?
It's a new look. Deal with it.
Roll deception check. Oh man, you're fucked.
A
Yeah.
17.
He looks at you and he's like, I'm not gonna push, but I know you have to. I know something's weird, and you better fucking tell me before I have to ask again. And then he just turns away and like goes back up to the helm to like finish like the day's worth of travel. But as you guys come to like on your final day, you didn't. Oh, let me back up a little bit. Your journey, you did not directly interact with any ships, but you did notice that every so often, like maybe every other day, that you saw that there was like either a large kind of out of the place fog, almost like there was a storm off in the distance, and then or like you see a small group of 3 ships that are in like a patrolling formation. But anytime that like you even see them, Heavy Neck dips below the water, so that it's not even close. Like there's no way they could actually see you. But just to point out that during your journey, you did pick up that these are like, I mean, the waters are infested.
Can I say that throughout the few days, Finn would take a couple hours a day and just like go invisible and just fly like super high above everything just to scout.
Yeah, absolutely. And you can even get an even better view of the Thaddeus like fog tactics. It does seem like there are like little patrolling units, and they seem to be using. Well, roll a perception check to see if you can pick up the magical use. You know, it just the amount of fogs that you see with like that like come up in your travels just seems odd. You can make whatever assumptions you want, but you do notice that there's like usually like just a threesome that's patrolling.
Is it the same threesome usually?
No, like after the first day, it would have been a different threesome and then like after they
Okay.
like disappeared into the distance, like you were still cruising along, and then like you might have seen like that back edge of like 2. So they're just off in the distance, like skulking around.
So we're not being like followed by this
No,
trio.
not
It's just
for-
okay.
Not that you definitely don't have a fucking tail. You're barely even making a wake, which is good. So
My work
So-
here is done.
yep, you can thank me later. But as you guys start to get to what Heavy Neck is like, I mean, he's got like 3 maps out at the helm, and he's got a bunch of tools trying to make sure he's like, no, it's if we did that we gotta be here. So keep your eyes out. Maybe the ships that we see around here are gonna be friendly. So wait, do we have like contact? Why don't we just send him a message that we're here? Attachment looks, goes, all right, yeah, we could do that. So I knocked on, open the hatch. She gets
I just-
out, stretches a little bit, and then just like throws open her hair to like have like 2 or 3 little birds fly out and then shoot off into the direction. Goes, guys, it's a nice day. You should come up here. And she like jumps out and like starts to stand and like look around. Goes,
When Sheila sees the light, she'll like hiss at it for a second. And like wince back, and she'll be like a little paler looking, and then she'll step out to the light.
Okay.
Go.
Alright.
What the fuck is
And-
wrong with you?
Like, don't you guys think this is really bright? And she's gonna put her goggles on.
mean
Don't
the
you go
goggles?
tanning? Aren't you someone who goes tanning? Isn't that a
Yeah,
thing
what
that you
is
do?
going on?
I'm working on my skin health. Let go. God.
All right.
Yeah, Jesus. Fucking just bitchy today. And he's like Heavy Neck.
Anyway,
You
Can I
guys
do a perception check on her? Just like
it would be in or like are you trying
no,
to
like an examination, just like a visual examination of her
all right, so are you looking for something
to see if I notice anything specifically different other than the fact that she's just
okay,
disheveled and pale.
so I'm sure it doesn't matter, but roll me an investigation check.
29.
I mean, she's all there. Like it's the Sheila. It's just she looks maybe a little bit paler than usual. A little like she hasn't been taking care of herself like she usually does.
Okay.
But as you guys wait and wait, finally these birds fly back, whisper into both of her ears. She goes, "All right. They said they're close. Heavy Neck, take us a little, I think, north, and I come based on where the birds were coming from. Like she saw them come from like a left and a right. She's like, let's go for a right. They're going to patrol and try and find us as well. So can everybody? Well, let's do this. Heavy Neck will roll you a. All right, so Heavy Neck, because of his fault and his fault only, does a bad job navigating you guys. And it's like the better part of like 5 hours. And you see that the like as this by this time, I'd say the sun is starting to like begin to set. So I'd say it's like maybe 4 or 5 in the afternoon.
Heavy Neck, have you forgotten how to use the controls for this ship?
No,
Heavy
I'm
Neck,
fucking
I
driving
fucking
around
clown.
in circles, trying to find ships that are probably also driving around in circles.
she said north. Why are we going towards the sun?
Because you're supposed to. No, what do you mean? We're not going towards the.
Yeah, stop going towards the sun.
We're not going towards the. And he's like immediately turning like the. We're not going to the sun anymore. But after like excruciatingly long time, you guys finally see that there are 3 ships. Actually, sorry, that look like they are tightly like parked together in a little like half circle, way off into the like probably about like a half mile away.
Be
Heavy Neck's like,
careful.
we should make an entrance.
Be careful because the black fog travels in 3s, and they
That's
always. Oh,
Sorry, I misspoke. There's 4.
Okay. All right. Well, yeah, 4. That's probably not black fog, and also black fog seems to have a literal fog wherever they are, which I don't understand how that works, but
Yeah, well, they're bitches. So
unless they have somebody full time just making fog everywhere that they go, which that seems like an unnecessary expense.
well, I mean, it depends on your
We're
tactics.
currently traveling in a ship that
Submarine.
travels underwater. Would that classify as an unnecessary expense?
No, this is fucking sick.
No. All right. And speaking of, and let's all get in the fucking sub so we can dive. And he hops down, slides down the slides down like the staircase, and then runs off. The rest of you can pile back in, close up the hatch, and you feel the engine start to queue up and then take you deeper and deeper until it starts to like slow, and then it's like, all right, guys, get ready to say something fucking cool. It starts to slowly rise up.
We all just say different things at the same time.
Fog machine.
No, guys. Would it be cool if we stood on the sub as it rose out of the water?
You know what would be sick? If we did the
What?
same thing we did at the Cove, and
That
you
would indeed be cool.
struck fucking lightning down, and we came up with a lightning struck.
I mean, yeah, I'm down for that.
Although
Or-
we probably don't want to give away our position too much.
No, I was thinking, you know what we should do? We should show them what we can do with this. So we should park here. We should like, how are we going to get onto other ships? Probably have to leave and climb on the ships, yeah? We should infiltrate their ships to be like, it's like, hey, like came up here, and then it's like, oh, but also by the way, like we had men and women on your ships and you didn't even know it because we snuck up because that's how stealthy our ship is.
I feel
Yeah,
like
okay.
simply
That's-
appearing
that's-
next to their ships would
that's-
be equally
that's-
as stealthy.
Yeah, I'm just trying not to. I'm trying to put the little pizzazz.
I mean, I could take one person up to one of their crow's nests, and then I could go to a different crow's nest, and then we could just shout down from the crow's nest.
Yeah, that would be.
I can
cool.
also fly to a separate crow's nest.
Well, flying, they would see you fly unless I
You
made
can
you
make me
invisible.
invisible.
Oh, good call. Oh, you're
Yeah.
so smart.
No, this is great. Okay. No lightning, but I want to come out. I want to be standing on the ship because they're expecting at least me. So who's gonna come out with me? All the
Right,
rest of
well,
you.
I will.
17 can
I'll
be
come
with
out.
you.
Julia, nobody knows you, so you should probably just stay with it. and
No,
do
I
it.
wanna. Julia's already planning, like thinking through, like trying to figure out how to get onto the deck and mingle in with the crew. Just like, no, I want to just be in with them and be surprised when you guys show up as well, and have them all look at me like, "Who the fuck is this?"
Oh, that is good, Julia. You clever little. That's great. All right, so you're gonna have to come up with us, and then you'll swim and then climb on top.
Yeah.
All right, let me cast invisibility on whoever wants to surprise people.
I'm gonna look at Fantastic and go, girl to girl, I'm extra fucking moody today.
Well, all right, use that, but you don't just present just a strong front. Just stand there, look menacing. And can you please just, and she like goes, just like runs her hands through your hair and just like at least fixes the front. She goes, oh, that's so much better. It was just bothering me. Girl, I mean, we got to work on that. But
I'm gonna lean over to whoever's closest to me. I'm guessing it's Julia, and say, "Is it just me, or is Sheila a bit dirtier than usual?"
She definitely looks a little more on edge than she's usually so cool, calm, and collect, but yeah, I don't know, maybe just too long under the sea, but we've been above, I don't know. Yeah, she definitely doesn't look herself, even only having known her for a couple weeks now.
Perhaps she simply needs to chop someone in half.
I mean, it has been kind of boring, I will agree. Just
yeah, we have been traveling.
so, I mean, especially with her expertise. Yeah.
I will continue to observe.
Perfect. So, Nocta, open the hatch. Let's do this.
And I just
Heavy neck, take us up nice and slow.
the
Wait,
hatch
hold
would not be open until we are already out.
You can't open it.
Well,
I mean, I'm not opening it while we're underwater.
well, there's the airlock.
Oh,
Didn't you
okay.
have- didn't you have an airlock?
There is an airlock. I just wanted to ensure that that was not the hatch that you meant.
Yeah.
Tink. We had this cool
Oh, you
stuff.
mean this big wing that creates a hole in the side? Yeah. No, you guys can hop into the airlock and then get yourselves on top of the hull, underwater. Like you're starting to rise. You're about 100 feet from the surface.
All right, who's sneaking up before we get up there?
I'm gonna try something new. And I have to remember how this spell works, but I'm gonna cast Etherealness on myself and
Oh,
disappear.
that is cool.
I have to figure out what the limitations are because it's a class feature, but
In that case, Knockdown, do you want to be invisible?
Yes, please.
Boop. We're both invisible, and I'm gonna come up real tight to one of the ships so that I don't like cause a wake that anybody would be able to see from
Yeah.
up above. And I'll get just up enough so I can, fly out of the water. And I'm not gonna sit in like the crow's nest because there might be a person in the crow's nest. I'm just gonna
I was gonna say there are people currently in the crow's nest because they're like trying to scan the environment for you guys.
I'm just gonna like hover above, like kind of in between two ships, like at about crow's nest level.
Okay, cool. So you're just kind of like hovering there invisibly, waiting
Yep.
for them to rise up. Julia, let's do you.
so I can use it as a bonus action. I can cast it, but it only lasts one turn. So basically, I'm gonna get up to the bottom of the ship, like
And then like zap in.
yeah, exactly. Basically, like because when you have it, it doesn't the world doesn't affect you, so you can just kind of float into place, and then
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I'll just kind of like try and find a shady corner to just appear,
Hold on.
and then start doing ship things, like moving
That's
a piece
so
of
cool.
rope
That's
or
awesome.
something.
Hold
That's so cool.
When you start to cast etherealness, the energy that you pull from, like your heart starts to beat faster and faster and faster and faster, and like you can feel this like intense heat and pressure, almost like you're being squeezed through a tiny hole, and then you just completely dissolve into the ethereal plane.
Oh, that was uncomfortable. All right, I gotta go. She just starts moving. Like, I need to actually figure out where the fuck all of these abilities are coming from.
Do you look down?
She would be focused on going. Probably not, because she's focused on going up
You
into like
don't
a
get to
spot.
see it.
Like, because she's like very on. Because this is the first time she's like.
Yeah,
She's
so
probably
you're
fucked
just
around with this
moving.
spell.
You're not looking. You look down at your hands and it's just completely like ghost-like in its appearance.
Yeah, she'd
You just
been.
take off.
Yeah. So.
Oh man, that's amazing. Okay, so you can go. How are you fucking with shenanigans like shit stuff?
No, I want to literally try. The biggest the toughest part is going to be appearing in a spot where no one's going to see me appear. But I want to just once I am on the deck, I already kind of look like a pirate or sailor. I just want to like pick up a cannonball and start walking somewhere or doing something that like immediately like
Yeah.
blends in.
Okay, cool. So I would say when you get onto the ship, it looks like a lot of the crew is kind of just bullshitting around on deck. Like they're all just kind of waiting for something.
Yeah, in that case, I'll just
No one's
kind of
really
like
like doing labor, so you can kind of just like as you pop in, like you find a nice little corner.
Just
Roll
lean.
stealth check.
yeah, just like lean up against something or
There's a little tiny railing in the back that you can kind of like you just like nudge up behind the barrel.
oof.
I'll roll for it because just in case.
Nah, it's It'll be good either way. I'm not worried about it.
All right, cool. So that'll happen, but we'll do all nice and timed up. Nocton, what are you doing? You're
I'm gonna fly over to one of the crow's nests, and basically be right next to them, and wait till it surfaces.
okay. So roll a stealth check with advantage.
Okay, and being invisible. 21, great. Phew.
I mean, so you kind of fly up. You're luckily this guy's just sitting there, engrossed with like the monocular that he has, or sorry, the telescope that he has. Monocular, idiot. But you are currently
I
just
believe that the word you're looking for is spyglass.
spyglass. There you go. Thank you.
Yeah, so
Monocular's a fucking cool word. You should use that.
Monocular. But as you guys slowly start to rise to the surface, Phantasma kind of straightens herself, looks down to make sure, looks back at you, and she's like, "All right, buddy." And then the surface is broken first by Sheila, next by Phantasma, then finally by the rest of this submarine as you hear a just wave of gasps as what the fuck? And then as everyone is engrossed with the Phantasma and Sheila, she goes, "What? Just told you we were gonna come with a little surprise." And they Captain Adrian, Barnaby kind of hops off of his shoulder with the rest of the captains, and Adrian goes, "You fucking cheeky bitch!" And he claps together, and you just hear this "Yeah!" and "Oh my god, what the fuck is that thing?" And Phantasma just kind of looks around, palms up into the sky, kind of just not knowing what you guys are gonna do. He goes, "Don't worry, I also brought friends." And Talon pops up, Heavy Neck pops up, everybody else starts to pop up. What are you guys doing?
I'm absolutely going to basically immediately appear right next to the guy in the crow's nest and be like,
"Oh Jesus!"
neat trick, huh?
And he just loses the spyglass as it falls down to the deck. He's just gonna.
I'd like to catch it with telekinesis.
Okay, perfect. As it just hovers there, and he just
It's pull it back up, and
he just looks and goes, "You're blue."
indeed.
And
Finn, what are you doing?
yeah, so am I. What of it?
What? Holy shit! What the fuck? And all of a sudden,
And
I said,
as he says that, he's gonna just fizzle into existence.
"What the fuck is that thing? Oh my god, dude! They brought angels." And
Wait, hold on. Don't we have one more?
yeah, there's one more. As
I'm
this
just
is all,
reacting whoa.
and this guy looks back at you. This big burly. We're talking we're talking barbarian size, barrel chested. Just looks down and goes, "Hey, wait a minute, who the fuck are you?" And then he backs up, and then a bunch of people look over and go, "Holy, what the fuck is shit?" Wait, hey, who are?
I've been here the whole time, guys. Don't you remember me?
What the? What the? Oh, there's got to be more of them. Look for him. Look. And they kind of all scatter around. It's "My name's Gerald. My name's Chris. And they all start to pal around you and slap you on the chest. You kind of stumble over. The guy
Just go
looks at
full
you
flat
and,
on the ground. There's no stumble.
and he picks you up, puts you on his shoulder, and goes, "Oh, hey, back up off the new friend." And he starts to walk over across to you. The guy in the crow's nest goes, "You're blue," and then just slowly takes his hand out to shake your hand. Is "We cool?
Absolutely.
Can I have my thing back?"
And I just hand it to him. So I can improve that for you if you would so desire.
It's just he's just looking. He's like, "How did you do the?"
As a note, 17 would absolutely be crawling up the side of one of the other ships onto the deck.
God. Captain, as like this thing steps over, like just dripping water, just head just. What the fuck is that thing? And like Captain Adrian's like, all right, Adrian, or sorry, Phantasma, you gotta explain yourself. Get the fuck up here. Let's get around the table. Come on, it's been too long. We have a lot of fucking explaining to do. Just goes, all right.
Finn's gonna very gracefully like make his way down to Captain Adrian.
People are just like, oh. And Barnaby just flies right off of you and starts flying around you. He's like, oh my god, hey, you got wings too? Oh, this is so cool. Oh my god. And he's just like doing zips or like little tiny like loops around every part of you. Just loving it.
What's up, Mr. Bell? It's been a while.
Yes, it has. It's glad to see your laugh.
Yeah, sure is. Likewise.
And as you guys finally get down to the deck, Julia, these guys kind of pass you around. You arrived on the deck of where is the rest of them? You arrived on Cheap Tricks, so you have a very sort of like dark-haired, like fair-skinned half elf that has like long hair pulled back in a braid, dressed in like sort of like this black scale, like patchwork leather armor. Very handsome look. He just smiles. He goes, "Put her fucking down." Lovely to meet you, Julia. Or sorry, love to meet you. What's your name?
Julia.
Julia. Pleasure to have you. Don't remember you from last time, so welcome. Hop on with me. We're gonna go over the other ships.
So just go along with her.
So Captain Bryden, you guys can hop into the little skim boat. They kind of just actually no, it'd be better if they just take out these big long boarding planks and just put them onto from deck to deck. So now this entire crescent is now connected by long wooden planks that you can just like walk across. Slowly gathering the captains, the party, and eventually landing yourself onto the Unbridled Harpy, which is the largest vessel in your entire fleet. It is captained by Lawrence Nightingale. He is a... Let me make sure that I have his description right. Fine. Nope, not far enough. Damn it, where is your stupid description? Yeah, so Lawrence is a human male, big old black beard, long kind of black dreads, we're like covered in sorts of jewelry, got a real crooked smile, and like a typical captain's garb that is like a half little trench coat. Doesn't wear anything underneath it, but it does have like little bits like armor here and there that like kind of covers him. Smiles, waves you into his little like makeshift war room where they've kind of pieced together this large table that has a... Let's do it. I'll give them advantage because they had some time. I'll give them +5. Nice. It is a pretty decent world map of the entire globe. Every continent is painted on. It's got call outs very similar to the ones shown, along with a bunch of other like little like flags and stuff like placed into it. There are little like miniature boats that have been placed all over the place. There's 2 different types, like clearly dictating who's who. You can see that they've even simulated the little crescent where you guys have met, and like right next to the Birds of Paradise, and he goes, welcome, come on, let's get here. I'd say only do the ale because we need to have a serious conversation, so please don't overdrink. We need to actually focus here. The rest of them all kind of pile in. Captain Adrian, Captain Bryden, Captain Rain, and then obviously Lawrence himself, Heavy Neck, followed by Phantasma. say for the story's sake, you guys are all allowed to be a witness in this, as Heavy Neck has claimed that he's not really the captain and the we speak as a group. So he has forced his way onto bringing, he's just the mouthpiece for the entire group. So you guys are all going to be present for this. You guys sit down. There's little bits of food, rations sort of put together, water's poured, and Captain Lawrence.
Do we want to take a
Take a break.
break real quick before you jump into the next thing?
Yeah, let's do that. So we'll take a break for a couple minutes, and we will come back to the long discussion about what the fuck to do about Thaddeus.
All right.
So we'll see you soon. Hello and welcome back, everybody. Thanks for staying tuned into us. We are going to be jumping right back into our nice little round table discussion amongst all of the captains of the fleet that has not been named yet. And as Captain Lawrence stands up, mug in hand, goes, I'd like to welcome all of you to the meeting that will then turn into the plan that will end Thaddeus Decatur. It has been a tough journey getting here, and I'm happy to see all of the smiles and bright eyes around me. So let's get right to it. Introductions. I, Lawrence Nightingale. He gestures to Captain Bryden. Bryden stands up. Captain Bryden. Pleasure. Next up, the Bluebird Aarakocra. Hey y'all, welcome back. Nice to see you. Captain Rain here. Next up, Phantasma, Baroness of the Sea. It is so good to see you guys. Jen gestures to Heavy Neck and goes, well, my name's Heavy Neck. I am the name-only captain of the Terror of the Deep. And this is the crew. They're here. They slam. Everyone kind of slams their drinks on the table, and everybody sits down but Lawrence. He goes, all right, so let's get right down to it. This Thaddeus prick is a huge fucking problem. And I'm not talking about just the fact that we can't fucking sail anywhere. You might have noticed that in your travels. You can't fucking spit 50 kilometers without hitting a fucking Thaddeus fall. Which, let me bring the crew of the Terror of the Deep up to speed with what we have found. They seem to be traveling in packs of 3. Their numbers are vast, wide, and completely unknown to us.
And they always have the damn fog.
Yes, that seems to be some sort of magical thing that they put on. When they do it, you can just assume that it's them. You're looking for the really nice fine edge, but I'm digressing. So he's everywhere, and to put it bluntly, I actually spent time working with the fog, if you remember. And I can tell you this, they are compartmentalized as fuck. And what I mean is, you can pretty much guess any of these new recruits and any of these new take-ons are not going to know dick about Thaddeus's actual whereabouts. So, from what I can tell, and from what I've heard, is he has the ability to appear onto any of his fleet's ships that he wants. So, congratulations, he can teleport. But
Boo.
word has it, yeah, boo. The rain joins in. So, word has it that he never actually leaves his ship. Even when they go to port, even when they go they actually go to a beach, nobody ever says that he leaves. So take that for whatever information you can. We can pretty much assume that he lives on his ship. So me and Barnaby were getting to thinking, and if that's the fact, then if we find his ship, we find Thaddeus. But here's the problem. How do you find a ship that we can't fucking track? And he points to Bryden, and
Brandon.
Listen, Jack.
Yeah. Listen here, Jack. He's got ice cream in his hand. So he looks over and goes, we know that he keeps a close, tight-knit group of what we're calling generals. They are the nearest to him as far as crew goes, beside his own crew, which, again,
Well, Sheila's gonna ask them who gets him his girls.
I'm sorry.
He never leaves his ship. Does he ever have girls brought to his ship?
Phantasma just does this like super. She just looks back and goes, he's got people that can go bring them to them.
Yeah. Who are those people?
I'm telling you, that's how hard it is to find out where he is. Like,
We find his pimp, we find Thaddeus.
any cruise, unless you want to go like kill your way through the entire fucking fleet, which is we're estimating at like 50 fucking ships and counting. I suggest we might go through this maybe a more intelligent route. No?
Well, we could do it 3 at a time.
Admittedly, Sheila's normal angle of approach is involving physical attacks.
I see that.
However, I do have a question regarding how he is supporting this many lackeys. Is it through fear or money?
I know for a fact it's both. He's a loose cannon, and that means that I have heard that some guy like he just like was in the way, and Thaddeus blew a hole in his head. And he's also insanely wealthy, which I don't even know where that has come from. But our working theory is he might be like a spice trader that's just turned pirate, but I don't know any spice trader that would, or I don't know any traders offhand that would have the deep enough pockets that he has. And you can also safe to assume, it seems that he's letting his fleet run rampant. They get to do whatever they want. They don't hit any major cities, but they do like make port, pick up supplies when they can. But they're just ransacking anything that's on the water because they're untouchable. So with
Until
that
now.
being said,
I'm gonna say we're untouchable.
yes, that is our huge advantage.
I would like to enter some somewhat relevant information into the discussion, which may not be useful at the moment, but could be useful down the line. In our escapades beneath the water,
I'm sorry.
you've seen our ship. You know what we can do.
Fair.
We came across a cave of pink crystals, which inhibit both the ability to scry and the ability to send message, communicate via magic. Were we to surround our fleet, or perhaps their fleets, we could take out 3 at a time, and without them notifying anyone. We would have to, of course, get the crystals first, which would be a task. I just wanted to present that information so that we know that that's an option.
How big a task is let's just say that it would likely require several crews.
So I guess let's just get down to the brass tacks of we have, and he pulls out a little parchment, 14 total ships. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Vanguard gunning ships that have more than 1 cannon, or more than 2 cannons. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 7 scouting ships with 2 and under. We only have about 10 barrels of black powder, which is barely enough to fuel my cannon, let alone the rest of them. It is insanely hard to purchase black powder at this time. The prices are insanely high. And
Finn's gonna like tap Phantasma and be like,
what do you mean?
"Should I go get the black powder?"
Yeah, no, not right now, but yeah, we also were able to secure some resources from Thaddeus's crew. We had recently found that they infested a cove of ours, and we were able to take out 3 ships. Unfortunately, they made off with most of the supplies that remained. But I will say that as an observation, they fought themselves. So even though Thaddeus may have a very strong hold on his fleet, they are still mad dogs. So I think, I don't know, we may be able to use that chaos to our advantage. I mean, they quickly turned on each other and killed each other. So maybe maybe his fleet isn't so solid as we think. Sits back. Lawrence kind of nods and goes, "All right, that's good to know." We assume it would be a good assumption to say that the bigger the fleet is, the harder to manage. The Baroness, you would know with your vast fleet that you had before. So, how the fuck do we find Thaddeus? I'm open to any discussion here.
We draw him out.
How do we draw him out?
She points at like our crew. Draw him out. He doesn't seem to like us very much. Just
Okay,
uses
so
as bait.
He's seen us, so he can scry. So he can scry on us. I
What-
think right now he may not know that we exist, but if we make ourselves loud enough and make it known that we are back, he might start looking again.
You will likely hear about the 3 perfectly good ships that we managed to destroy in a matter of minutes.
Granted,
very soon.
yeah. Well, they didn't see us do that,
Even better.
and they were kind of attacking each other, and then the weather just happened to burn all of their ships down.
Captain Bryden is just raising his hand until you guys finish and goes, okay. Well,
Sorry.
That's good. So they're definitely scattered to the wind. Captain, I believe you're forgetting the facts. All the other facts that we have learned. We also have found that his ships have seemed to be stopped at both New Hope Landing, Port Royal, Old Clifton, and they have been they have been loading massive amounts of building materials, barrels, boxes, of all sorts of things that I don't know. But allegedly, this sources can be trusted, that he is gathering supplies. For what? And he like starts to gaze around and like think it's rain is going to interrupt. We think it's for a big ship. Cause like, think about it. If you're going to be the biggest man on the water, like why wouldn't you, and you don't leave the ship, why wouldn't you have like a ship that's a fucking city? And like everyone's kind of just looking at her a little bit because yes, that's what we were discussing.
I have a question.
Yes.
Does this current fleet of 14 ships have a large stockpile of steel, or even a medium stockpile of steel? Say 1,000 pounds
of steel? I would probably say yes. Brian, does that check out? Yeah, I'd say, I mean, the amount of lumber and metal he was moving, allegedly.
No, I'm not referring to Thaddeus. I'm referring to us.
Us? Oh, no.
Are you aware of anywhere where we may be able to acquire such a stockpile?
That is a large ask. I would say probably via Macania or Port Royal, but those places are going to be crawling with a bunch of people that we all know doesn't like any of us, and the prices are going to be outrageous. New Hope Landing, all of their materials are starting to go towards whatever war effort is going on there.
I simply had an idea, but it may not be feasible. That is all. And I'm just
Okay.
gonna just be like,
Our supplies, I did not get your name, but we can get you a list of our supplies if you so choose it.
are there any reports of Thaddeus ships that do not travel in sets of 3?
No. That is why we also travel in sets of 3 and 4.
That will
It's
make
not
this more
fun as
difficult.
I can tell you guys right now, out of the 5 ships that are currently parked in this ocean, there may be 1 or 2 other brave enough ships that are probably sailing the entire like Lawrence just like gestures to the whole table. Is we're alone out here.
If we can acquire a large enough quantity of steel, it is possible, not necessarily guaranteed, that I could develop a weapon to perhaps damage a ship sufficiently from underneath to sink it without being seen. However, that would take quite some time.
How much time?
I don't know, DM. How much time?
Well, that is like, are you talking? Describe to me what you're trying to make.
Essentially, I'm envisioning a drill system that will,
Oh yeah, that's gonna be
should we be able to approach a ship underneath it, we could, in theory, perforate the hulls of an enemy ship. However, it would likely cause us to be stationary in one place for an extended period of time and thus risk detection. And if they travel in sets of 3, that could be too much risk to ask.
Where are you gonna make this thing? How big does it need to be?
Well, there is a newly evacuated cove in the relative vicinity.
Place that Thaddeus knows about. Okay, we'd have to defend it.
That is true. And there is
there.
actually a large amount of material there that could be salvaged.
Okay, so you yourself know that may have been
Not an immediate plan. It is a plan I simply just thought of.
I mean, if you could develop that shit, that submarine or whatever you're calling it, then I would be willing to entertain the idea of you crafting some sort of weapon to use on top of it. However, time is of the essence. We are in the middle of the ocean where our supplies are starting to run low. We have for a 14 ship fleet, like we're literally like, I mean, we're asking for it, but we only have maybe a couple months worth before we need to stop by and refuel and like up our rations. So time is of the essence while we're here. Just to sorry, I'm getting off track again. All right, so my idea, and well, not our idea that we was, and we could use your bait tactic, talking about you if he takes some liking to you. I don't suppose that he would outright come for you. I think that he would much rather probably send one of his closers, which again, I don't think is a bad thing. But if you guys could somehow draw out one of his generals, then we could possibly either capture them, interrogate them. Maybe there's something on the ship, but it's going to have to be a massively coordinated attack. And first and foremost, we're going to have to find the generals.
Well, what if instead of immediately trying to draw them out, we start becoming a very large thorn in their side by taking out 3 ships at a time? I mean, we're, we've pulled it off once before, and that was with 4 people. So,
Yeah.
I mean, if we
We-
can slowly start dwindling his fleet and slowly start opening ports back up, then we will to play the long game, and then eventually he'll send people, and then we'll take them out, and then eventually, once those people get taken out, he'll have to come himself. So we just start on one side of the ocean and just sweep this way, right? It obviously easier said than done.
Finn
That's the
Finn
advantage.
passed Julie on the head.
Uh, not bad. We
'Cause
do have a large enough fleet to be able to diversify. So I'm thinking, maybe Lawrence, how much of a pain in the ass is Thaddeus's men on the actual cities like Vio Macania, Port Royal, and New Hope? Are they? Could we possibly rid the Thaddeus problem and be able to maybe gather resources on the cheaper side? If we could, I used to run that bit where like you actually help out the authorities and they kind of give you a bump. So like if we rid Thaddeus's men, maybe we have some pull. And Florence just kind of like scratches his beard and he's just okay. We combine all of these ideas into we split up the fleet in a healthy manner so that nobody is left with there's no way that he's going to have a numbers advantage, and we go to the main ports. Me and Barnaby will take Captain Bryden, you'll take the others. Us two, we'll go to a New Hope landing, we'll take whatever fleet we have, and we'll just start mowing down Thaddeus men.
yeah, if you think
Uh,
about it, if he has, say, 50 ships at 8 ports, that's maybe 6 ships a port, plus all of his crews out in the sea. I mean, 50 doesn't seem like that many when you start spreading it out that far.
Well, and that's to build off of that. If we start poking holes in his armor and people see it and the pirates see it, maybe he won't be as strong as he thinks. Maybe we can cause the same. Maybe we can bring the chaos that was in Balsac Cove, and everybody just turns around and looks at her. She just like quickly mutters the Balsac Cove, and then we just bring that on a larger scale. There's like a brief pause where Brian goes, "Excuse me." It's it's just a name. You. He looks at the rest of the party. Goes, Ballsack. Okay. All right. Great. You want? Bryden, come on. It's just a silly name. Look, we are serious. Come on. And Brian kind of like takes a step back and he goes, all right, so I like this idea. We split up. We try and cause as much ruckus as we can at the big ports. We try and leverage that with whatever authorities we can. Try and garner some sort of like, I don't know, discount. Or maybe if we can just loot the Thaddeus ships, maybe we can just turn it around that way. Either way, it's not a bad plan. And then once we have caused enough ruckus, we'll just have to figure out who comes for first. And I guess Finn, sorry.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. Yeah. I was thinking, could we possibly start without splitting the fleet up?
And go where?
Show a huge show of force with our entire fleet, and then tell people that actually we're split up among all the major cities. We have fleets this size all across the ocean.
Okay.
I think if you don't mind, we do have some connects with the authorities in Port Royal. We could perhaps team up and
Okay.
rid them of this problem, and then move on to the next.
Traveling with a fleet this size is definitely gonna attract some attention.
But you know, we see a fleet.
Just the
we-
size will attract him.
We see a trio of ships. They see a fleet of ships. They're not going to attack.
Unless they're fucking crazy. But yeah, I follow.
And if they do, there's 3 less ships we have to worry about.
Now, if the Thaddeus men are able to correspond with the others in other cities, they would be able to refute our claim in theory.
That is probably true. The words travels quickly through the ports, faster than you think. I mean, Phantasm's birds get to me in less than a day.
Well,
Imagine what real magic can do.
do we know what port he has the least number of ships at currently, which is the least defended? So we can get our foot
also-
in the door.
You'll have to
We'll-
make contact.
We also don't tell them when each fleet is hitting each city.
True enough.
There may not be a fleet there right now, but there might be on the way.
Okay.
And if we move fast enough, it might appear
Or-
as if there's more than one.
Or are you talking about hitting every city at the same time to create absolute chaos?
I mean, Lauren's kind of like gestures. Yeah, that's what I was. If we could coordinate our attacks at least at the same time, then they would just assume that we're everywhere. So that would give us at least a leg up, like the confusion factor. And then my what I thought was going to happen was if we cause up enough ruckus, he'll send out one of his generals, or hopefully both, and then we converge all on his point. We can figure out where they are. But again,
That's not going to be very good if somebody's if you know 4 ships are at Port Royal and they attack them and the rest of us are at Via Macania and New Hope.
that's what I was saying is that I think the plan is obviously changing because I think traveling with the entire armada is probably best. I mean, with enough show of force, maybe they're stupid, but it'll be okay.
I mean,
I mean-
they are a bunch of
What?
pirates. They
And
watching what they did in Ballsack, I don't think they're that smart.
Also-
You say that, but they're able to. They basically closed every supply line in the world.
each general is independently smart, not the smaller guys. However, if we start hitting ports, we may be able to recruit more ships to take back the sea,
Exactly.
because there's nothing a sailor wants more than freedom.
Well, because okay, so like yeah, absolutely. We could play into that. And I mean, if we're smart about it and we don't burn every ship to the ground that we come across, we can also add to our fleet that way. We got the men to run probably enough to like maybe take on 3 or 4 more boats, but it'll be skeleton crews and we'll have to fill them. But I like that concept as well because if we show a force, then that's a great recruiting tool.
We also know some quite excellent fighters in Port Royal who may help us out,
Hmm.
given the
Oh, one of those
stature
prize
of our fleet.
fighters.
All of those prize fighters.
All right. Well, I think that sounds it. At the very least, you guys are going back to Port Royal.
Magmar almost won one of those, you know.
Who? Oh.
Our cleric, he's on the other boat.
Well, either way, I think it best if you have those kind of contacts, you need to pursue them. Bless you, Julia.
I was muted, wasn't I?
No, I just saw it happening.
Okay, good. 'Cause that was
That's what happens when Julia sneezes with Pass Without Trace on.
Oh my god, what if she when she sneezes, it just like flashes ethereal? All right, anyways, Okay. So here's the other thing: is if we go and hit them separately, we have a greater advantage that they'll engage us. Therefore, we could probably take them out. If we travel around in a fleet, that probably gives. I mean, they're not going to attack us, so they'll probably just congregate around until Thaddeus probably can get them coordinated enough to like move as their own big fleet. Because I mean, that would be the smart move is you match whatever power you see with what he definitely has more. But that would also take time.
Yeah, never stay in
So-
one spot for that long.
Yeah. So if we travel as the entire fleet to Port Royal, then I mean, he's definitely gonna know within like
Should we be keeping the existence of the Terror of the Deep secret?
yes, absolutely. That ship cannot be that is a secret that must like never reach any of the Thaddeus men. If they see that ship come out of the water, they die. That's it. It is one of
Understood.
our only aces in the hole that we have.
They die before they are able to tell anybody about it,
Exactly.
which may be literally seconds.
So I heard you guys are good. And so are we. So all right. So what's everybody thinking? Lawrence like looks around at the entire table. Everyone kind of like exchanges glances. All right. So Lawrence. So I vote that we stick maybe not the whole fleet, but we make a show of presence at one or either two ports to give off the illusion that we're very large. Mine all the while picking off Thaddeus to try and add to our cause. But I agree that we should start at at least the main ports. Goes around to Bryden. I second that. I think we may want to sleep on the idea of traveling as the full fleet because maybe we can, if we spread ourselves out large enough, then maybe we can just be coordinated enough to converge on them if they try to pick us off. So we can almost guarantee they're going to engage, but if we're smart enough, then we're always going to have the numbers. But again, I agree. We start at the ports and work our way there.
If I
Right.
may,
Yep.
we should never split this fleet more than once.
I agree. I
As
second
in we should never be less than half of the fleet at any given time.
Here, here. He slams his mug down, and everyone kind of like chants at the same, in unison. Put it on the list. Which, by the way,
Also, if we do manage to come across a shipment of steel or iron, please, if it is not too much trouble, do your best to acquire it.
yes, I'll get right on that.
In the courses of these events, we do not need to go out of our way. It just could be a boon in the future.
It's noted. I'm fucking with you.
Yeah, I am not good at understanding that.
He just smiles.
So you
Right.
all are much more wise as far as battle strategy than I am, but I do have several ideas. And what if this was a multi-phased thing that we do? If the
Yeah.
first thing we do is surround Port Royal, rid it of Thaddeus's existence, and then phase 2 perhaps could be a blockade from Via Macania to Ilix.
And then we just make like a curtain across the ocean and push him.
From Gervasa to Irium, and anybody who passes through it feels the weight of our entire fleet.
A little smirk rises over Captain Adrian's face. And Barnaby also kind of he not giggles, goes, "That's pretty clever," and I like it. I think that you can confidently say, my friend, that you have at least a mind for this battle strategy.
Well,
'Cause
at the at the very least, I have evaded enough blockades to know that usually they are effective.
I like it. We start at Port Royal. We don't. Sorry, Bryden. I know you wanted to do it. We're not splitting the fleet. We're going to start at Port Royal and we work our way out. Once we're out, we make the curtain, and then that way it's process of elimination. We're going to burn a lot of resources, so we're going to have to make sure that we're careful. And Captain Rain kind of, yeah, shit. I got a second. It's safe, and maybe I can live from my sister. But yeah, no, I agree. Port Royal, and then Curtin goes over to Phantasma. My third. It's a good plan. Heavy Neck then looks at the table, looks back at the entire crew that he's brought with him, and like just gives you a thumbs up and goes, "We're in." And as he finally says that, the rest of them can go, "Here, here." And they all like stomp on the table once again, and he goes, everyone kind of like breathes a sigh of relief as like, okay, that's not a terrible plan. Like we have something. There's like, and as like everyone kind of breathes down, like Adrian goes, "All right, can we get with the drinking?" And he like stands up, like his chair almost falls over as he like runs over, like almost like skips over to the whiskey bottle and like starts to pour himself a nice healthy glass. He had wine in the glass too, but he's just mixing. He doesn't give a shit. And the rest of the captain goes, "All right, pour me another one, pour me one," and then the rest. He just comes out and lines up shots for the entire captain's crew. And everybody else that we're talking Terror of the Deep. Like, I ran out of shot glasses, so just here's a cup. And as you guys hold up your shot glasses and just take it, swig it back. Oh, before that, Lawrence goes, "To the death of Thaddeus Decatur and the Black Fog Company. Here, here." And then they all just take shots, and you guys start to dwindle down. They go, like Bryden opens the door and he's like, "Oh my God, it's so stuffy in here." And he just sits there and he's like pouring out, and like a bunch of like the first mates kind of like poke through it. It's like, "Bryden, hey, how'd it go? How'd it go?" And they start asking questions, and there's the rest of the captains start to like get up and like pour out into like the deck of shit. What is the boat's name? The Unbridled Harpy. As Lawrence and Adrian step out, Lawrence, the one of the first mates goes, "So, what are we doing?" Lawrence just raises his fucking gun in the air. He goes, "We're gonna kill fucking Thaddeus!" Shoots off into the air, and then you just hear, "Yeah!" And like, I mean, this like sort of like slow celebration starts to happen as like people start pulling ale out from all these different flasks, all these different bottles, corks go flying. Everyone's like, people come pouring into you guys wanting to know everything about you. Like, you have people coming over knocked and they're poking, prodding at anything that's on, like any mechanisms you have, like your gauntlet, your fake hand. They're like, "What the fuck is this thing?" And they're like poking at it, trying to like bend it, like, "Does this hurt?" And like just like kind of move it around. Julia, I would say like that Greg guy has taken a liking to you and like kind of like shoves his way to like pick you up, and he's like, "Yeah, Julia, new friend," and is like, "Yeah, have one," and like just gives you this big old glass. You can happily drink away. Finn, Phantasma comes up to you, puts her
Can I
hand on
just can I say Finn has been avoidant generally? So like when Phantasma comes up, he's probably like sitting over the edge of the boat.
Yeah, like because people like are more kind of gathering around like the captains. You're kind of hanging back, and Phantasma puts her hand on your shoulder and goes, "You know, Finn, I would have you as my first mate if I was a captain. I want you to know that."
Someday you will be again.
And I just want you to know the position is always open.
Well,
And
it's
she like
appreciated.
she gives you like a full embrace, and then turns around like she tries to hide it, but you can see her just like wipe like a little tear out of the like corner of her eye. She's like, "Let's get some fucking drinks, come on!" And then like grabs like a big wineskin and starts to like down it, and like gets you a glass and puts it in your hand. You guys can all like shove off.
Hey, Phantasma, before you
yeah.
go.
No, you're coming with me.
Oh, right.
Or
Okay,
we go.
before we go. It's been what, like 2-3 weeks since we left Gnosi? I wonder what's happening.
Well, I can probably guess that that Victoria bitch has probably put her foot down across the entire city, and when we go back, it's going to be a much.
Wait, she's dead. We killed her.
Oh, Victoria. Oh, well, hopefully that has. Yeah, sorry, I totally blanked on that. Hopefully they haven't clamped down on the city too hard, because of us. And maybe after a while it dies down and they forget about us. But I hope Angie's staying safe, and Cheryl.
Yeah, I'll have one drink.
Okay. All right. So you start to like down like just slowly slip on a nice little mulled wine. Sheila, Heavy Neck comes up to you. Like he's already kind of just like a little like he's already half in the bag. He's like, you were real quiet in there. Like not a peep. What's going on? Come on, you can tell me. And he like is like climbing on you and like climbs his way onto your onto your trap, and he just kind of sits back, puts his hand around your head, and like hand like almost like with his fingers in your hair. He's like, "Come on, what's been going on with you? Tell me what's going on." He's like sloshing like liquor everywhere. You're usually so much more cheerful, put together, and you've been skulking around like you.
Stop! You'll get me wet. You'll get it wet.
What in the? All right, bitch. Out with it. What is going on? And he like takes your head and like turns it to him. He's like, "You better tell me right fucking now," and I'm asking for the second time.
Heavy.
Okay, he's gonna try to persuade you. 18, bitch. Come on. She's gonna roll like a
20 or something.
yeah. She's gonna roll fucking 20. Here it comes. Damn it! You and like so like you stare him down, and he just sticks his forehead right on yours, his eyes just staring into yours. He goes, "I don't like this. Them, it's a little different, but I don't like it when you hide things from me." And he just hops off, kind of upset, and then like disappears into the crowd. The rest of the night starts to grow a little bit more chaotic, a little like the drinking starts to really, like take effect. And you guys all have a lovely night. You guys can find your respective beds. It looks like they're going to be playing songs. Not well, actually, that would probably squash because that's too much noise. But some mildly loud celebration happens, and the rest of you can all bed down for the evening. We'll pick up next time with you guys. We're organizing the fucking fleet and getting it to Port Royal.
Yeah, buddy. Time to kill some people.
So with that, thank you guys for watching, staying with us. We'll be back next week, same time, same beautiful place, and hopefully with more friends.
Woot.
So.
Bye.